You win the regular season conference championship. You get to the final of the conference tournament. Game didn't go the way you wanted, of course, and maybe the score got away a little bit when you were pressing to try to catch up. But what was the attitude like after the game, either on the field or on the trip home or even in these couple of days as you're getting ready for the NCAAs?
Well, obviously there's disappointment. Whenever we go into a game, our first goal is to win a game. Right, and when you play a game, especially a big game like that, in a final, you wanna show well. We gave up a few goals in the first half rather early, but before that we had two great opportunities that we didn't finish. So you look at a half, not the best soccer that we've played, but there was opportunity there for us to potentially go up 2-0, and then we find ourselves down 3-0 at half. We're a team that's wired to try to win games. So at 2-0, at 3-0, we're going to try to push to try to get goals and to get ourselves back in it. Unfortunately, it didn't go that way. So obviously there's disappointment, but we were hopeful that we would get into the NCAA tournament, and very, very happy to be in, and honored to be a part of the field. It's a great field, and now you just got to put it behind you, put your best foot forward, and then go into the games and take them one by one.
I mean, of course, we were disappointed ourselves after the game, and I mean, it was a hard loss, but we knew that we had another game ahead, and we were excited about that, and we knew that we can't have another performance like that, so we're just really looking forward to the game against Winthrop, and I think we'll execute our game plan.
You kind of treat it as like, you got to learn from it, but then, you can't hang on to that feeling because you got to come back and you got to stay focused for the next game because this one is even more important. It's the NCAA tournament, so we're trying to win a national championship.
Everybody's pretty disappointed. Anybody's going to be disappointed after the score that was put out there, but after a loss like that, after any loss, you gotta put in your rearview mirror and you gotta move on. I mean, we all keep it in our minds that that this can happen to us, and we don't want it to happen again. So we gotta work hard this week in practice and get ready for the game.
When you go into the NCAA tournament and enter into a one and done scenario, what's the key to putting a loss behind you and moving on to the next game?
Well, I mean, we say this a lot of times to our teams. When you win a game, the key is to figure out how to, winning after winning, trying to figure a way to win after you win a game. And inevitably you're going to lose a game or two, during the regular season. And it's even a bigger, feat to make sure you're winning after you lose. And, our guys have been through it before. We feel, very happy that we have players available to us that weren't available to us on the weekend, but we just got to kind of regroup and go after it. I don't think there's really anything big that we need to do except do what we normally do, and we will.
I mean, taking the things that we did bad in the game and really working on it and doing them better this week, because obviously the team, Winthrop's going to take a look at that video and see what Tulsa did to us and to break us down, and we got to make sure those things that they did break us down with are better and we improve on those things.
The thing that we're always talking about is winning after winning, which is a tradition we have here at SMU, and another important thing that we do is winning after losing. So we got to make sure that even after we lose a game, the next one we got to come back and it's got to be a win with a statement, especially now that it's win or go home.
I don't know, you just can't keep your head down. You just can't stay down for too long. I mean, the mentality is you need to move on, and I think that's what we've done in training day. We had a great session, and I just feel like we forgot about the loss, and the coaches keep telling us to move on from it. We know it won't happen again, and it's a hiccup for us, and we feel like it won't happen again, and things will start going right for us.
Thursday night in the first round of the NCAAs, you play Winthrop, which is from the Big South Conference that some people may not know so much about. Their record, 12-8-1, may not jump out, but they've won 6 of their last 7 and knocked off a top 10 team to win their conference tournament. What kind of team do you expect to come into Westcott Field Thursday night?
Well, I mean, any team in the NCAA is a challenging team, and any team that has 12 wins, deserves the credit that that they got. They've been on a run. We're gonna take a look at the tape a little bit more as we prepare for the game. But I think that they have some very, very strong pieces. on the field. So, the most important thing for us is that we go out and do the things that we can do well. It's a team that we have not seen. I don't know if SMU's ever played Winthrop, but if you're in the NCAA tournament and you're in a field of 48, you're there for a reason, we'll take the game very seriously.
I just expect that once you're in the tournament, any team is going to go out and give your best. So you're playing the best team, best caliber teams from here on out. So you got to go out. No matter what the record is, no matter what they've done in the past, they're going to give you the best.
I expect to see a team that's hungry. I mean, if they defeated a team like Coastal Carolina, I know it's a great team. And, Winthrop, they're going to bring it all. It's the NCAA tournament. Every team has to bring it. And, you're coming to a school like SMU, playing in Dallas. A lot of people will be watching. And it's the NCAA. It's the big stage. So, I'm sure they're going to bring it.
Any team you come in and you face in the NCAA tournament, you expect them to be hot and ready to play. If they're 6-7 in their 7 games, then you expect them to be hot and on fire. So that's what we got to prepare for. We don't want to prepare for anything less.
When you go to the conference tournament, you're obviously playing opponents that you've seen. You play them every year during the regular season. How much harder is it for you and your staff to scout for a game against a team you've never faced before?
Well, it's a little different than a few years ago. There's the internet, the video. There's a lot of video that floats around. So it's not always the easiest thing, but you just want to get a chance to take a look at at them in their most recent game, if at all possible. And the fact that our sport's growing and we have so many games on TV, that helps out.
I kind of like it a little better because you're not playing against the same guys, and it's a mix-up of competition. So, I'm sure the coaches will do a good job this week of getting scouting report done and stuff like that, and we just got to focus on what we got to do to be successful.
I think it just goes back to your soccer instincts. You just go out there and execute what you can control and how you control, how you play and everything. Just execute our plan.
Yeah, I guess so, but we know, it's similar, but it's also different. The team we don't know, we haven't played them before, but at the same time, it's just in conference, everybody brings it. In the NCAA tournament, everybody's going to bring it. This is the last straw. Everybody's. This is it. This is what we play for. This is what you try to make the whole season. And I'm sure Winthrop has the same mentality as us.
You've talked throughout this season about how maybe you didn't generate as many shots as you would have liked, but you've had a very good percentage of goals to shots. Winthrop has scored more goals than SMU, but also given up more goals than SMU. Do you anticipate a higher scoring game?
Not necessarily. You don't know. Anything can happen in an NCAA game. The main thing is to win the game. However you do it, and how many goals really is inconsequential. You want to get through the game so that you have an opportunity to move on to the next round. So both teams, I think, are looking at it that way. You're going to have to deal with what's in front of you.
I expect us to be solid in defense, and then in the offense execute our chances and go out there and play.
Definitely, as defense, we want to come out there and we got to shut it out. After that 5-goal game, we're definitely upset about it, and we want to show everybody that we're not a poor defensive team, and we got to come out and we got to prove it to everybody.
I expect us to play great defensively. Honestly, after giving up 5 goals, I know our defense is really hungry, and all of us are, honestly. So it goes from the back to the front. We got shut out against Tulsa. They scored 5 goals. We want to score as many goals as possible, and we don't want to give up any. But at the same time, we can't just be over hungry at the same time. So we need to be poised and careful.
Your keys to a successful performance Thursday and getting the result that you'd like?
Well, I think that for us, the keys are going to be the same keys that we focused on every game, and that's just playing good soccer, moving the ball quickly, trying to get the ball forward with numbers, and then generate opportunities on goal. Doing that while we're keeping things organized in the back and in the midfield.
Keep to our game plan. Our tactics are simple. We need to keep the ball on the floor, play good defense, finish our chances in the box, and just have an all-around good performance as a team.
I feel like defensively we just got to come out and we got to work as a unit, and we got to be a lot better than what we were on Sunday.
We got to go out and execute our plan, play solid defense, take our chances in the offense, and then, go out there and try to get a win.